Hi, my name is Rose Carroll, and I'm an Ayurveda health educator and practitioner since 1989. And I'm also a licensed mental health counselor here in the Chicago area. And today I wanted to give you a little bit introduction into what Ayurvedic medicine is and give you a good understanding of what some of the health benefits are and the basic concepts of Ayurveda. So maybe you've heard of the word Ayurveda from the news, or you heard about it from family or friends, but you haven't really been clear about what Ayurveda is or even how to pronounce it correctly. And maybe your eyes just kind of glaze over when you hear that word because it entails words that you haven't heard before. So the way Ayurveda is pronounced, and an easy way to remember, is Eye Your Veda. And it's a Sanskrit word, and it means the science of life or the science of health. So what is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is a natural system of preventative health care that addresses all aspects of an individual's life, their mind, the body, the emotions, the spirit, and it also addresses our collective health as a society. The focus is on preventative health, but it also, in many cases, acute problems can also be addressed. It entails detailed nutritional guidance, herbal medicine. There's over 400 types of medicinal herbs, lifestyle such as meditation, yoga, breath work, and also adjusting our personal habits to the season and to the time of the day. It involves detoxification, doing some cleansing, and also body work. One of the basic concepts of Ayurveda is our connection to all of nature. Health can improve when we align our individual self to the greater intelligence of all of life, the changing movements of the moon, with the rising and setting of the sun, adapting our lifestyle and diet to the changing seasons. Ayurveda goes to the source of the health issue or problem. And so rather than just treating the symptoms, we go to what is causing the symptoms. This prevents illness from occurring again as long as the person continues to follow the healthful routine. There aren't any negative side effects from the foods and herbs, just side benefits, unlike the incredible amount of negative side effects from allopathic medicines. Though I'm not against allopathic medicines, sometimes it's very necessary, but in general, there's a lot of health issues that can be prevented, such as diabetes and cardiovascular health issues. And Ayurveda has some really wonderful tools to prevent other illnesses as well. So one of the purposes of Ayurveda is to reduce suffering and also reduce the healthcare costs as well. One of the unique features of Ayurveda is seasonal and monthly inner cleansing of the colon and other organs to keep the body vibrant. Just as we change the oil in our car every 3,000 miles, our body is like a vehicle in which we can cleanse in order for it to work maximally. Cleansing is done with herbs, body therapies, and a limited diet twice per month, and each change a season. There's a word called panchakarma, which is another Sanskrit word, which is a more enhanced type of cleanse that is done at an Ayurveda clinic with professionals specifically trained in this area. Some health benefits of practicing Ayurveda healthcare are it improves digestion and elimination issues, things like acid reflux, constipation, bloating, gas, and abdominal pain. A lot of emphasis is put on digestion and elimination as a way to maintain health and prevent health issues. There's techniques and tools for reduction of stress. It improves the skin. It reduces arthritis and pain, can balance the weight, improves sleep. It reduces the occurrence of colds and flus. It can reduce inflammation, and it also will improve your sleep and help balance your mind and your emotions. One of the basic precepts of Ayurveda is to understand our basic physical and mental nature through the lens of the 5 elements. So that's earth, water, fire, space, and air. So what happens is these elements manifest in the body in a very unique way for each of us. So some people have more air and space, some people have more earth or water, and some people have more fire element in their body and in their personality and their mind. So the way that they manifest is, according to in Ayurveda, is called, for air and space, it is called Vata. So Vata is also a Sanskrit word just meaning air and space and how it looks in the body. So the appearance of a Vata dominant person is overall, the person has more of a thin, wiry build. The skin can be more dry than the other elemental types. Sometimes you can see the veins in the wrists and the arms. So it's more thin skin, dry skin. They may have long, narrow fingers. And their lips may be more narrow and sometimes could be chapped as well. So this air and space is, you could say, has coldness to it, like the qualities of cold. It's dry, it's fast, it's kind of windy, it can be erratic and kind of unstable. When you think of Vata or Vata, air and space, you can think of like a windy day in the fall when the leaves are they're drying out and there's a lot of wind moving on. You can say that's a kind of a Vata type of weather pattern that's happening. So these qualities, the 5 elements, they're everywhere in nature, in the geography, in animals and in humans, in food, and even the planets. So it's something that you may notice in yourself or in other people. The personality of somebody who has a predominance of Vata can be spontaneous, creative, unpredictable, fun, and energetic. However, when Vata increases, when there's too much wind and air in the body, then that may turn into sleep disturbances like insomnia. They may be hyperactive or have ADHD. There's excessive thinking. You could say that there's too much wind moving around in the body, causing excess thoughts, which can turn into memory issues and focusing issues. They may have a tendency to be underweight, difficulty putting on weight, dry skin, anxiety, constipation. It's hard for the person to settle down and sit still. They may have difficulty meditating as well. So there's a concept of, in Ayurveda, one of the main things is like increases like and the opposite balances. So if you have lots of, if you're walking for hours in windy weather, when it's cold out without a hat or a proper coat, or eating a lot of dry foods in addition to that, and having an irregular schedule, that will further increase Vata and space in the body, causing these discomforts in the mind and the body. So like increases like and the opposite balances. So in order to balance that cold, windy, erratic energy in the body, then the opposite would be to have warm, unctuous foods and activities. So maybe warm tea with licorice and ginger in it, having a hot water bottle on the abdomen and the lower back is very balancing. Having a warm oil massage with herbal sesame seed oil, or just oiling your limbs and taking a warm bath afterwards. Having regular meals with foods that are cooked and warm instead of delaying meals or skipping meals. And then having a regular schedule for sleeping and eating. So all those things will balance Vata. Next, we come to the fire element, which is called Pitta. And Pitta is all about transformation. Fire is all about transformation. It is hot, sharp, and oily in nature. And it benefits from the opposite, things that are cooling and soothing. So somebody who has a predominance of the fire element is more of a medium build as compared to the thinner frame of the Vata. And they tend to be more muscular in nature. They can have more freckles on the skin, more fair skin, a little bit lighter in the skin. The hair is thinner than the other body types. There's a medium bone structure. They tend to like the sports, competitive sports, and are more athletic than the other body types as well. They tend to have strong digestions and can eat almost anything without feeling bad. However, when there's too much fire in the body, then that can become show up as inflammation and acidity in the mind and the body. So loose bowels, headaches, migraines, skin rashes, rosacea, burning sensations in the body, hypertension, acid reflux, inflammation, blood infections, hot flashes, and heart conditions can also be a sign of too much fire in the body. Oftentimes, the personality of somebody who has a predominance of fire is self-confidence, determined, competitive. They have leadership skills. They can take charge. They tend to be articulate. They can be good at speeches. They're entrepreneurial, self-starters, and they're organized as compared to, say, the Vata type. The general recommendations for balancing fire element or Pitta is a practice of meditation and restorative yoga because it's calming and slowing down. Take regular vacations and rest enough. They tend to be overworkers and or work addicts, and they so it's important to take enough rest to avoid burnout. Be in nature as often as possible. It's very soothing for Pitta types to swim in a nice, cool, natural lake, or take hiking in a shaded area, not so much in the direct sun. In the midday, it's better to avoid the direct sun because it will increase that Pitta, but being in a more shady type of area. And then include foods that are cooling, such as sweet, juicy pears, coconuts, cucumbers. Avoid skipping and delaying meals. And also you want to avoid fermented foods like kombucha, soy sauces, alcoholic beverages, deep fried foods or spicy foods. All those things will increase the heat element in the body, causing acid reflux and other things like that. Now let's talk about Kapha. Kapha is the Kapha body is predominance of water and earth. And so their appearance is a little bit larger than the Vata and Pitta types. So they have a larger bone structure than Vata and Pitta. There's more fat tissue. They have a heavier build and larger frame than the other body types. The hair can be thick. The eyes can be large and round. The skin is smoother and oily. So this type of skin ages very well. The skin can be cool to the touch and maybe a little bit clammy. They tend to be solid sleepers and have okay digestion, and they have a deep, pleasant voice. So when kaphas are out of balance, when there's too much earth and water in the body and the mind, then they may tend to be overweight, sleep excessively, suffer from asthma, respiratory disorders, diabetes, have excess phlegm, and experience more depression. So Vata types, the air and space, tend to have more anxiety, and there's then the Pitta types, emotionally, they may experience irritability and anger more easily, and Kapha types, the earth and water, tend to experience sadness or a lack of motivation. So general tips to balance Kapha are to exercise often. So Kapha, the water and the earth, they need more Vata and Pitta element, and some movement is that Vata element. So they need to be exercising on a daily basis in order to get that earth and that water moving and become lighter, because Kapha is that kind of heavy, kind of oily energy in the body. They should eat warmer, lighter foods and stay away from sugar and oily foods. Drinking hot ginger tea is very balancing, so they need that pungency of Pitta to balance out the Kapha. It's good to avoid cold drinks and foods as well, because that coldness will increase coldness. Avoid sleeping past the sunrise. Kaphas tend to oversleep, and so it's good if you can get up earlier in the morning rather than sleeping in. The more you sleep, the more kapha increases. Okay. So Ayurveda includes the use of herbal medicine. There's over 400 different types of herbs made into many different compounds and formulas for a variety of addressing all kinds of different health issues. Ayurveda includes a tailored, personalized diet, specific food to balance the mind, the body, and the 5 elements. And it incorporates meditation, yoga, breath work, and lifestyle changes. It also has a psychological aspect to it. Ayurveda's approach to mental and emotional health. It helps to gain a deeper perspective on life. It promotes personal development and personal growth. This is something that I specialize in as a licensed counselor. And I do often incorporate Ayurvedic tools and information, education into a lifestyle session. So why study Ayurveda? So studying Ayurveda can resonate with your being and relieve great fear and anxiety. There's an ancient verse from the ancient Vedas called the Bhagavad Gita, and it says, even a little of this knowledge relieves mankind from great fear. And I believe the study and personal practice of Ayurveda will birth a greater sense of steadiness, refined awareness, and greater well-being. The study of Ayurveda is like an anchor in turbulent waters, and it can really enhance personal growth and transformation, where you feel like you're really growing into yourself. And it will increase your health and well-being and bring you into balance. So I'd like to invite you to study with me more in depth. I have a 12 lesson course that is online, and you work at it at your own pace. And we'll go deeper into the 5 elements and the 20 qualities that they contain, and have a deeper understanding of Vata, Pitta, Kapha and how it relates to you and your family members. I also go in great depth into lifestyle tools which include meditation, breath work, and other daily tools called dinacharya. And it also includes in-depth information about diet, food as medicine, and recipes. This 12-lesson course is 24 hours. And it also includes a 1-hour personal intake session with me and 1 follow-up session. And if you would like to learn more about it, then you can just go to AyurvedaHealthCoach.com, or you can contact me at this number here, or email me at info@AyurvedaHealthCoach.com. I would be more than happy to work with you. I've had a lot of experience since the 1980s, having studied Vedic sciences at MIU. I'm also certified as an advanced Ayurveda health educator from Bhavana Institute of Ayurveda and Yoga. And more than anything, my experience comes from my teacher, Vaidya Mishra, who was an Ayurvedic master, Ayurvedic physician. I spent over 18 years studying under him, taking classes and working with clients with him, sitting with him, with his clients. And I learned a great deal of holistic health and healing. And this is what I offer through my course and my personal intake session with you. I also offer a 9-month Ayurveda health coach training program online as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope to